Welcome back, Salty Viewers, to the 19th month of our YouTube account. We're now in January. I took a break from recording videos for December, which was too busy. So there'll be a lot to go over. There's been Lightspeed tokens, there's been bonus drops, triple drops, anniversary rewards, bonus calendars. So let's have a look. So we've got a Lightspeed token a couple of days ago. That what I used that on will become apparent very soon. So we'll just claim all this. We're at 3.84 million GP. We've got the Colosseum up and running. That's an everyday occurrence. Do our usual dailies now. Okay, so journey guide that we're following is the Profundity. So we're currently working on the Outrider to finish this ship off. We at least farm it 10 times or double farm it each day, but if we get a low number, I'll go for a triple farm. There we go. You notice there Dash is already relic. So we go to journey guide again. We are very close using Lightspeed tokens for Mon Mothma, Jyn, Admiral Raddus and Hera. We managed to get them all complete. Then relic Dash and Cassian just before Christmas, just before New Year, and Bisson just before Christmas. So they're all ready. These ones are all ready to go. We're just working on Cassian, which needs to go to relic 8, and Dash, who needs to go to relic 7. So we'll just craft some of these. And you don't usually do this, but because we've got a wee bit more of them, we could get a decent amount of Erodium heat sinks. And if we go to Carbonite circuit boards, buy some of these. That's not too bad. That just saves us using lower gear, because it's not the best of conversions. And then in here we could come in here and we could buy another 15 of these. So we've got a nice amount ready when we have enough signal data. Now this is where we hit some snags, is getting the electrical conductors. We need to use these guys. So she needs that. Nobody urgent needs that, so we could go here. That gets us closer to that. Look at Dash, we could take him up once we get some signal data, but there's no rush for that. So what are the characters we're now working on? Depa Billaba, because we still need to finish her for our Jedi Master Mace requirements. She's our last one to relic. So we've locked in the important piece, the Kyrotech piece. Now we're just, once we get the bonus of doing a capital ship journey as opposed to a Galactic Legend, is we have no gear to save up for when we unlock Profundity, just crystals. So our new next raid rewards our Mark II will cover a lot of this gear, and that's the plan there. As we're doing that, we're buying out Tria. We're working on our Kyrotechs will go on the Jedi Knight Luke, which we unlocked through other Lightspeed tokens. We managed to get Jedi Master Yoda with a Lightspeed token that took him to R6, so that saved us the rest of the farming out for him. In doing so, we got Jedi Knight Luke, which is open Jedi Master Luke and Jabba the Hutt. So our next Kyrotechs will start working on upgrading Peridia Patrol, and as we unlock the Peridia Patrol or level them up, as we get an era token, so if we go to shipments here, we could use a Carbonite Lightspeed token, and we'll take one of our Peridia Patrol to gear 12 and save us some Kyrotech. So I'm just going to take them to gear 12 just now. Once they're at gear 12, I'm going to try the Peridia Patrol one again, but they're not a priority on relics, so the two relics are going to be Depa Billaba and Jedi Knight Luke as we increase Dash and Cassie. So the reason I've now got Nihilus and Tria, that's for the Sith Assault battle, and then the reason I have Kylo Ren Unmasked and Finn and Rey and Vet Chewie is they're the next farms, so we can unlock Jedi Training Rey. Once we unlock Jedi Training Rey, we can go for Jedi Master Luke. So if we go into Kylo Ren, I'm not going to farm him out Cantina, even though the ship would be nice and getting extra shards of Chewie would be nice. We're using our Cantina energy on signal data. Instead, we're going to use our basic energy, and we're going to get some shards of kicks as well, which is a bonus. We'll come back around and farm him in plan anyway. And then Nihilus, because we just want to finish him off. Again, not really doing a lot of farming on him, not doubling up, not spending extra crystals for normal energy. For Finn, we're just buying him out of the Galactic War Store. And then Stick Rey, we could buy her out the Guild Store, but instead what we're going to do is we're going to do Darkseid 5D, and that gives us shards there, but more importantly our ship, which will become apparent in the future plans of the account. Veteran Chewie, just to show you where he is, he's in Cantina, so again we're not farming him, but he's there just to remind me to come back and farm him after we've finished the signal data. So onto squad. So our teams are looking quite clean now. We've got our Leia team who hasn't changed. We do need to relic Pathfinder, but he's just not a priority. Our CLS team has never changed. Our Bounty Hunter team hasn't changed, but our Rogue One team is fully relic now. So just because I like see my shiny blue relics. I'll move them up. Mon Mothma with her relic. She'll survive a bit longer, but we really need to get this team relic out. We will get Kyle Katarn relic with a Lightspeed token once I finish the quest on this account. Qui-Gon Omicron, again, no change here, but Kelleran Beck will be relic with the Lightspeed token. That came out this month. Just need to finish the quests. Our Ewoks have never changed since we've done the layer requirements. Eventually I'll relic them up for platooning and ROTE, but there's no urgent requirement for that. And the reason I would take on relicing Ewoks is because I've already relicked some Ewoks, and it just makes them a wee bit more deadly or clean up with the introduction to Relic Delta. So Phoenix is looking strong. I've not done much. I put Sabine to Relic 2, Hera went to Relic 5 for Profundity, Chopper went to Relic 1 just to give them that +1 against lower tier teams, and Kanan has not been touched yet because he's just not been a priority. But he will get Relic along with Zeb, because Sabine will then possibly disappear off to the Mandalorians. We finished off our Great Mothers team in terms of Morgan Elsbeth and Great Mothers. Well, we got them to gear 12. Not quite ready for Balin, but not a million miles away. But what they did manage to give us is the Challenge Tier 1 on the Night Sister Assault Battle. And that team just gets even stronger with us putting Night Trooper to gear 12. Once we get Death Trooper to gear 12 as well, we will then have a full at least gear 12 team, all of which apart from Night Sister has to go to Relic for something, but Night Sister Spirit doesn't, but she's a cheap Kyrotech friendly character anyway. Our Tarkin team with the Dark Side clones are all R5 now. For Jedi Master Windu, so I'm just going to take that team's done. So this is the new team. So I was looking at Jedi Master Macy's kit and Depa Billaba and Aayla Secura's kit, and it turned out that there's not very many options for the Omicron, because it states if there are Mace Windu's in the leader slot and there are no other Jedi Vanguard attackers with a leader ability. So that screwed over me for having Kelleran Beck in that team, because it basically negates this Omicron. So I had to look at the roster with Jedi Vanguards, and all of these Jedi Vanguards have a leadership ability. If they're let's see, where's the attacker? So Kelleran Beck is an attacker, but he has a leadership ability. So then I thought Kit Fistrel, but he has a leadership ability. Eith Koth is a support. Shakti's support. Gundai is support. Barris is a healer, but we didn't really need another healer on the team. Well, a healer wouldn't be too bad a shout actually. She's been utilising here though, but we went for Plo Koon just now, but because he's a tank. But we might put Barris in just to be a healer. The other thing we could do is put Luminara in, but she She's a healer and I'm not geared her up. So I'll see what we require, and the reason I went for Plo Koon is his ship gets used. He's got a ship, and so relicing him's not going to be too much of an issue. I think it's actually a requirement for Ahsoka. I think this song's just went a bit loud. Let me just turn this down a bit. There we go. Yeah, so that was my conundrum there with Jedi Master Windu. So that's what we're sort of looking at. Then I think we're going to be a while off Jabba because we're getting a lot of these relics through Lightspeed tokens in a couple of months' time, so we'll hold off on him, and that's why I went for JML. So when you look at the JML requirements, by the time I relic gear up these guys to probably around gear 12, just so that they could go to relic and it's easy, I don't need to mod them, I could do the event. To get Jedi Training Rey, by the time you get JTR, Wedge, Luke and Biggs to relic, a lot the Lightspeed token that will take Princess Leia to relic will be out, so that will sort her out. And then Old Ben can go to R5, and that's us got Jedi Master Luke. Requirements finished with these guys. Once these 5 are done, I think we've got some relic levels to put on our CLS requirements, which we'll go and have a look, but apart from that, we're not a million miles away. Balin then, we're not a million miles away. We've got Shin Hati, Marek, Great Mothers, Morgan Elsbeth and Thrawn all at gear 12, so they just need to go into relics, then up to R7. And I'm just playing about with this team, don't know how this team will go because it deals with mercenaries, so again I'll mix and match there. Starkiller then, we're going to have Kyle Katarn relic once to do the quests. Mara Jade will get relic next month with a Lightspeed token. Dash is relic, and then we'll just have Darth Talon to relic. And then once we get them to R5, we'll be good to go there for Starkiller. Mandalore, we'll get Beskar Mando, we'll have Killer and Beck, and then it'll just be Paz and IG-12 to be relicked, and we should be able to take, we'll get one Mandalorian token, which will go on IG-12, and then it's just Paz Vizsla. So we'll upgrade him and probably just use the Lightspeed token from the Era shipment to bypass some Kyrotech there. On to Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. We're not a million miles away here. A bit of farming to get Saw's team up and running. Seer's team, we've farmed out Seer and Cal in prep because it's they're got a bonus mission on Rise of the Empire, so I thought if I at least got them up to 7 stars, I could use a token on them and take them higher, which will become more apparent in a second. And that makes use of Jedi Training Rey just because we won't really use Resistance team, but she could slot in here. And we're getting Inquisitors, we could then put Chuck in an Inquisitor in here as well. Tarful, a bit the same. I've got Zalbar and Mission, Veteran Smuggler, Chewie and Clone Wars Chewie, and then Tarful. Mission would then be filtered out because by the time we get this team going, the new Yoda Chewie character will be out. And then we've got Merrin, who just needs farmed out, gear 12. She would go in this team, but I don't see me actually completing this team at any time soon. Unless it become a requirement for something, either a platoon or such like. Asajj Ventress, yes, because she's needed for gas. The rest of them, not particularly, because we've got the better Night Sisters team up and running. So how are we looking for Jawa? Crystana will be Lightspeed tokened. We need to farm out Skiffguard Lando. These guys, because I've done it on another account, do need to be 7 stars and modded because they are used in the event. These two could just be relicked as is. I've got Rooster up at our gear 12, and then I'll get Jawa not long take him up to gear 12. Fennec, we're getting a Lightspeed token. These guys don't really matter, but they'll all be Lightspeed. Aura Sound needs relict, but the rest of them are getting Lightspeed tokened, so it won't take long to get that up. Dr. Afro, not really touched them, but this is a pirate team. Sort of thinking Hondo could go in there as a pirate. That means Sana goes here and BT goes with Dr. Afra, and we're getting our new droid for Dr. Afra as well. By the time we go and get Dr. Afra, the pirates will probably be double drop. Our raid team, we should be able to do something with just a trio, this trio on raid, so which will help because it'll be the only ones that go to relic in that team to begin with. Assault battles, once we get Jedi Knight Luke into relic, we'll get our Lightspeed token for our Grandmaster Yoda. Then we will be looking at the Jedi Assault battle, our Peridia Patrol, which we mentioned at the start of the video, and then we've got our Savage Oppress to get up our Darth Nihilus. We've got our Palpatine relic with the Lightspeed token. Our Vader was relic anyway just for the Jedi Knight Luke, and I took him up to R5 just giving me that little bit of edge because I was struggling because I've not got the best of mods on them. So once Freya's up, that team will work well, and the assault battle for at least getting challenge tier 1. Once we get challenge tier 1, we could worry about challenge tier 3 later. Our executor requirements, the only two that we'll need to relic is TIE Pilot and Admiral Piet. The rest will be done by Lightspeed tokens. In terms of ships, we just need to do IG-88 ship, and then we've got Executor in the bag. So, gone on about Lightspeed tokens for a while there. So here's a breakdown of what we're to expect over the next couple of months. So between the 16th and 30th of December, this is the ones that we're getting. This is the current ones that I'm working through. So we've got Mace Windu, which I've got a challenge to do to get his one done just now. I've got Shaq T, which comes in after the challenges in Killer and Beck. We've already got Anakin and Ahsoka relic. When we complete all them, we'll get Grandmaster Yoda relic, and then we'll get a free Jedi token to use. Now in terms of our Jedi, there's not very many options that we could use it on after we get all them. We could use it on Kanan, but he's not a requirement for anything. And that we could use it on Bastila or Jolie, who are requirements and farms, but I don't need them at relic now. We can't use it on Ezra, Jocasta Nu, Ki-Adi-Mundi, unfortunately, General Kenobi, General Skywalker, Jedi Cal, or Jedi Revan. None of them can be done, and of course not the GLs either. So that doesn't leave very many options out of our roster, which isn't a bad thing. And because it's the same amount of Kyrotechs I'm saving because I've got Kyle Katarn, so I might just take Kanan up with a token, just thinking about it now. He's already maxed out in his abilities. and so's Kyle Katarn, because he won't get the Omicron anyway. We're talking. He's got the same requirements. Let's just have a look here, because I'm not going for Starkiller anytime soon. Yeah, he uses a lot of the same. He's got two of the same pieces as Luke. 3. Probably Kanan, because I could relic him off and he's basically the same as these 3. Yeah. So yeah, probably just do Kanan. That will give me a full relic Phoenix, and they'll do a lot more work for me than my Mon Mothma team, who just doesn't get used very often, to be honest. At the moment, for it to become more worthwhile, I'd need to relic them all off, and we're not going to get Cara Dune relic until we're going to get Cara Dune relic in the Lightspeed tokens that will come up in a second, and these 3 they'll get relic eventually, but they're not required for anything. So that's probably going to be Kanan, that I use that instead of Kyle Katarn. But we'll slow down my Starkiller progression, but not by much. Where's Kanan? Then in about a week's time, what we're on the 3rd, Tuesday's the 6th. Yeah, a week on Tuesday, we'll start getting the quest to get the Inquisitors. And then at the end of that month, we'll get Mara Jade, because we'll get an Empire token. Now she will be able to fit in. Using it on Mara Jade, again, there was two real options here. There was Mara Jade or Piet. Mara Jade can at least fit into a team just now with Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, and Mara Jade. And then she'll move into Starkiller when we get that. So that was my thinking there, instead of getting Piet, because I don't really have his trooper team up. I've got some of it. I've got Moff Gideon and I've got Dark Trooper. I've got Veer's 7 Stag, but not worked on. And then I would need Range Trooper to make it effective. So I'm opting for Mara Jade. Then the week of the 10th of February, we'll get the Lightspeed tokens for, now we don't need to do K2SO, it's a droid Lightspeed token. So I'll have to look at my droids and see what I'm going to use it on. But we've got Leia, Luke, Stormtrooper Han, and I think we get a Rebel token, and I'm going to use it on Saw Gerrera. Because if we look at our Rebels, there's not much options, especially on Kyrotech characters, so it'll be Saw Gerrera who gets the token. Then 10th of March we get our Bounty Hunters, all the above mentioned, and then our Bounty Hunter token, which will go on Kristanan. Again, in terms of our Bounty Hunters, we don't have many options. A lot of them are non-Kyrotech. The only one that we would need to use with Kyrotech is Boushh Leia, which we've already done, because Zuckuss and Forloom can't be done, and we can't get Boba Fett, Scion of Django, and OG Django doesn't have Kyrotechs until gear 12 to 13, so that's that. And then after that, at the conclusion of that, in April, we'll get Mandalorian, Grief Carrier, Queel, IG-11 and Cara Dune, all the Mandalorian requirements, they will go to get Lightspeed tokens to take them to Relic. Which means nothing for these two characters because we've already done them, done the event and got Beskar Mando. But then we get the Beskar Mando token and we get the Mandalorian token, and that wraps us up into April. We've completed normal conquest, and by the time I finish Profundity requirements, I should be pretty much 4 million GP by the next conquest. So that will unlock us Proving Grounds, and it will unlock us Hard Conquest. So I'll be able to start hitting Conquest Hard on this account, running it every time. We have been farming out some of our Rogue One, but Rogue One doesn't actually need to be pulled onto the field to be useful. It's useful in its in the reinforcements because it stops Sith reinforcements, and if the enemy capital ship is not Sith, increase down by 20%. That's when it enters the battle. But then it's got capital ship is Empire, Rebel Allies. All Rebel Allies gain breach immunity, so it stops that. It counters Executor. So the only real threat on my fleet climbs will be Leviathan. So Home One will get retired, and Leviathan in Profundity will then take over our top slot. I may need to tweak it just slightly because we won't have it 7 stars straight away, but we will be pushing for 7 stars as fast as possible. The more crystals, we'll save as many crystals as we can for every time the month comes round. Get to 5, I'm hoping that I should have enough crystals by the time I do the event to get it to 5 stars, and then once I get it 5 stars, that gives me enough reinforcements to then just save up crystals and then smash out and get 7 stars as soon as possible. So just to go from 6 to 7 stars, it is, you get 10 shards per time you do the event once you unlock it, and it's 999 crystals per time you want to refresh the event. So that is 10,000 crystals just there. 1,000 crystals per time, 10 times. And then another 9 times between 5 and 6 stars, 6 and 7 stars, 5 to 6 stars. So you're talking 19,000 crystals just to go from 6 to 7 stars, and 7,000 crystals just to go unlock to 5 stars. So you'd need 26,000 crystals to day 1 Profundity or Executor or Leviathan 7 stars. Talking of Leviathan, let's put this on our radar now that we can start looking at Proving Grounds, complete Proving Grounds, and start unlocking the 2 ships required. So we need Sith. And we're looking at, this isn't a lineup, this is just what we're required to get for it. And then we need there. So we're a ways off, but now that we can start buying out, once we hit Proving Ground, our first Proving Grounds, we then start the long countdown. So long as we pass clear the event, and as its current cadence, we should get this ship and Malgus, which is one of my favourite characters from the Old Republic. We should get their ships unlocked, ship and character unlocked in about a year's time from when we pass the event in for Proving Grounds. So that'll be one of our long-term goals, to start looking at getting, if we pass that event, then we'll start backfilling these ships as we go, so that we could get Profundity, Leviathan unlocked as well on the account, and that'll be absolutely massive. Unless some new capital ship comes out that just totally dwarfs Leviathan, then we would, and it's easier to get, then we might go for that. So our roster's looking good, in my opinion. Wumba could do with some extra relic levels, some other things could do with some extra relic levels. But I'm not worrying about that just now. I'm working on Cassian's mods just now. Just increasing them, trying to get them fast, just to be a real nuisance for this Rogue One team. He's at 279 speed with 143% potency, so he's doing not too bad. Fully developing each of these mods does not matter one blind bit of difference in terms of the ship's performance, but it does help. Just hoping for another speed roll. It does help with just overall stats to help him do well in the battle. Because we've got 23%, 23 speed, 21 speed, 22. This one's a bit lacking. Let's see, do I have another potency mod? That's no, nothing in triangle. This is 17 speed, so decent. And then we've got our 32 speed. Our crit chance is 43%. We're also going to work on getting Dash's mods up. That'll be the next thing that I work on, actually, just get these all 6 dot. Let's just see if there's any faster speed mods here. He's already at 304 speed. Nothing there. Nothing there. So I'll pretty much, yeah, this one probably shouldn't go to 6 dots, but I'll just probably take it 6 dots grey, just for the ship speed. He's still fast, so there's no harm there. That's my modding. I've finished Death of Balaba. Death of Balaba is at 261 speed, with a nice amount of health and protection and damage. I'm happy enough with her mods. Our crit chance is 47.97%. I'm sure she gets a crit chance plus 25% offense, health, protection. I'm sure she has something. One of the guys on our team has something in their kit that increases the crit chance. I think it is. No, we need to mod Ayla Secura. Yeah, Ayla gains 50% extra crit chance and tenacity, and 5% offense. So she gets a crit chance. That's what I was reading that. Right, I will just fire out these shipments. Start buying that out because we're closing in on nothing really to buy there. Out of this, I'm buying Chirotech here, so I'm using the 975 for the Mark IIs for these Kyrotech, and I'm using my Mark III for this Kyrotech just now. It's maybe not the most optimal way of doing things, but it certainly helps. Eventually we'll start buying out Ki-Adi-Mundi and Wat Tambor. Kyrotech's here again, Mark 7, I buy out here. Shard Shot 360, that's all I buy. Unless I'm close to the piece like this for relicing somebody, then I would. And that's Conquest. Datacrons, we don't really buy anything out here. Galactic Legend tokens, I'm trying to just save up some, unless again I'm almost going to Kyrotech, push somebody to the next gear level with Kyrotech, and then I buy that. Colosseum, don't get a lot of tokens. We are free to play on this account, so we're at tier 3, almost passing that one. I'll go into that in a second. I wanted to check. No, I'm sure Plo Koon. Yeah, Plo Koon's needed there, so that's fine. And then the other thing I was checking was droids. For my droid token, not very much options. I'd probably use it on someone like BT or Huyang or 000. Maybe even is T3 on the same road? Oh, maybe T3. We're doing the raid, we've already hit the first box. I will just put my defence down. I am now guild leader on this account. I've stopped where's Lando? We've got the Lando cron right now, so I'm using Lando in this team. And go with this, and then I'll save. I'll save Rogue One just in case I need to do some offense attacks. Episode quests, we've got complete 3 Colosseum battles, that's fine. Okay, journey quests, so the one that I'm stuck on at the moment, well I'm not stuck, I'm just not sat and done them, is Retribution. Gain Retribution 100 times, and when you do so you get the Mace Windu Lightspeed token, which how these work is you get level 85, gear 13, which is relic 0, 7 stars, already 7 starred, and all up to all the Zetas. Then episode track, sorry. When we complete it, which now we're pretty much zipping right through it when we got rid of the galactic challenges to get through it. We get a Bronzium Lightspeed token that takes one unaligned Force user into Relic. So level 85, Relic tier 1, 4 stars. So just negates one of the Relic levels. So my option here, what I'm thinking is probably Shin Hati, and then that just saves us more Kyrotechs on her because we never use her Kyrotechs at all. because I used a era shipment token to get her to gear 12. I think I've used about 5 or 6 gear 12 tokens, which we could have taken somebody up to relic level doing that. Right, so Colosseum. We've got all these characters now at level 35, apart from Luke. To level him up, we need some of these. I'm trying to keep them sort of all the same level. And just see how we go here. So we get Vader coming in, but he's like level 0. Nice. Make sure we're topped up on health. Winner. Tier 4 unlocked. So now what we could do is we could go, every time you get some rewards from Colosseum, your best bet what to do before you do another round is go into your era units and just see if you can upgrade anybody. So we could upgrade Luke, so we'll just take him to 35. And the reason why I'm taking him to 35 as opposed to just bumping him all the way up is we get a bonus to all these abilities. And then we could look at this. So I usually just go with the most up-to-date character, the most recent one that released, and upgrade them. So then I work back, so then we can take Chewie. And there we go. And eventually what I'll do is I'll get other ones up. We could do this and just get free rewards. Easy rewards, keeps us topped up. Right, onto the battles and let's see how we go. This is tier 4 now, so we'll probably get hit hard. Vader's already gone. So we'll go for the same strategy. 10% we've got that the rewards, we'll just go for damage. Oh. Oh, we hit the 30%, that's not too bad. So we'll get some rewards again. We'll be able to increase the rest of them. So we could take her up to 39. take him up to 39. Take him up to 37. And then battle. So every time you change a tier in Colosseum, you get to do 5 more battles. So Asajj's little saber throat gives us plus 15 speed and immune to ability block, and that way we can just keep everybody topped up. Nice, there we go. Right. No, Luke's going to die in a second. And Asajj's gone. Come on, let us get to 50%. Ah. But we got more rewards, so let's just top up just again, ever so slightly. So we can take Chewie up to 40. So we'll do that this time around. And let's go again. There we go, Chewie's getting a lot more bulk. Give more speed to Chewie. Oh, well that just... Sometimes RNG just wrecks you. But we're gaining retribution, which isn't bad. We'll go again. Ah well. Episode quest, we've got this done. So they increased the amount of score you get for doing these quests. You now get 5,000 for the normal quest and 7,000 for the paid one. Which is basically 1 tier per one. So you get 7 quests a day over 4 weeks. So that's 7, 14, 21, 28. 28 levels just from that, plus your dailies help push that up. So we'll do our Fleet Arena battle, and that will be us for today's video. So, home one, countering Executor. B-Wing comes out, we target Razor Crest. I've tried targeting other things, but it doesn't work as well. You can get through it, but it's a lot longer and a lot more RNG focused. So we get the ultimate off with Home 1, and then we just base it with Ravensclaw. Special with Biggs, special with B-Wing, special with B-Wing. Even if I've tried using Cassian's U-Wing with being all relic now, as the starting lineup, it just doesn't work the same, because sometimes you need Bisson just to get that taunt. You can't stealth though, that's the only thing, because Punishing One's stopping it. Punishing One takes a turn, they'll wheel on him. They always pick one ship and just wheel on that ship. So this time it's unfortunate, it was B-Wing, but he served his purpose. Now we bring in Millennium Falcon. Mass Assist takes out Punishing One, and then we just basic the Houndstooth, not Houndstooth, Xanadu Blood, and that clears us in our fleet. Takes us to rank 9. We got pushed right back over the last couple of days. We do have a Leviathan, which is a pain in the backside, and Profundity Ace. So if they are ahead of me and they just come up, all three of them, and I can't skip through, use Executors to hopscotch over them, then I'm stuck where I am, because my Home 1 counter doesn't work with Profundity, and it certainly doesn't work with Leviathan. So if we just look at our ranks here, so we've got Profundity at the top, then we've got a couple of Executors, another Profundity, a Leviathan, another Profundity, another couple of Executors, and then me. We've got some other Home 1 fleets, but different Home 1 fleets. They're using the Bounty Hunters, they're not using the B-Wing. So there's that. So let's see, how many, do we get another point here, or are we just shy? So just doing the quest gets you 2,400, and then popping in your daily gives you 4,000. 4,000 per day. So that's like what, 7 4s, another 2,800, 28,000 points. So it's another 5 levels per week. That would take us up to 49 without any extra bonuses. Let's just tick off everything. So ROTE and Territory War coming up, and then we've got our guild rewards. We've already hit the first box, and I've not even hit it, and I'm down to 2 accounts. We're up to 237 million GP. And everybody's active. So that's the update after the Christmas break. Going forward, we'll be pushing Jerry Master Windu and Profundity for the start of this year, then on to Jerry Master Look before the first quarter of this year, and then on to Jabba for the midpoint of this year, just moving into the 3rd year of the account. So thanks for sticking by and tuning in and watching this update. We do have GAC to complete, which I haven't done yet, but it looks like I might be fortunate. Let's just see. Yeah, we'll see how I do. I lost the last round, but the one before this, I won. I got first place. So just to review the previous one, they had like 6 GLs. They beat my front wall, which I put Qui-Gon on me with a Datacron and Leia with Datacron, but he just had the numbers, he overpowered me. He beat my crappy defensive fleet, and then he never even bothered touching this, and I could only take out one of his. So yeah, it is what it is. When you run into them all the time, doesn't matter what level of JC you are. There's his account, 10 million GP, 3, 6, 7 GLs, a Relic 10 Jedi Master Kenobi, so I didn't have much hope if he played, and he did, so it is what it is. The one that I'm fighting now, he is 9 million GP with 3 GLs, so he may get through my defence, he may not, he might not even play. So kind of snookered, just out of curiosity, in our event. We've got 5 million GP, $9 million GP with loads of GLs. That's when I faced first round. $5 million GP, I think I'm the lowest GP. Yep, 7 million GP. So I'm the lowest GP in the division this time for this round of GAC, so I'll take what I get. So next update, this will come out on the 6th of January as normal, and then the next update will be 6th of February. So thanks for watching, and remember, stay salty.